This is the last of the series of videos about the IPL generator for 2iSpec 12200. The mapping that we've done is now complete, the process is done, and what we're going to do now is to build the IPL page block, and then after that we're going to do the insertion of the IPL structure into the CMM itself. The build process for the IPL page block is initiated by clicking the Generate button on the front of the interface. And what happens then is that you're able to select the mapping file and then the CSV file that you're going to use. And the outcome, of course, of that is a complete IPL page block, which you can then insert into a CMM. There will be times when you've got some information which should really be in the IPL, which is not mapped. And so what you can do actually is to insert that later on. You'll get a window to insert the missing data, and we'll cover that a bit later on in the presentation. This is the method of generating an IPD. We've already been through the mapping of the structures. So what we're going to do now is to generate. So that's when we click on the Generate button. And at this point we can select the mapping file, which is already there, because we've done this one before, and the CSV file. And at this point we can actually request values for missing fields. But in view of the fact this is quite a simplified one, we'll leave that for the moment. And so then you just do a build. So, and the area in the middle here will show us what's going on, and there are two lines here for the overall progress and the individual progress. So we'll start the build process now. As you can see, it already we've got to select the graphic, and that's what we've done there, and it's finished the build process. By that, what's happened is it's actually created an XML file, or sorry, an SGML file, which has the same name as the CSV file. So we're able at this point to go and access the file and have a look at it. And what we're going to do then is to open up the SGML file that was created. So we go File Open, and we locate it, and that's the file there. So we're able to open that, and it will again get displayed in the FrameMaker document, but it creates a log file to start with to say that the file has been processed, and that gives you an idea what's going on. It's processed 100 elements, it says. So let's get rid of that. What we need to do now is to assign a template to that document. You'll notice in the log console here that there's been a fair amount of information missing, which may affect the processing, but we've chosen not to ask for that sort of information because it's going to be inserted into another publication. So we're going to select the Mekon structure, and it will load it in. Let's get rid of clear that to start with, and then we'll actually close the group there. Close that there. Right. So what we have here now is I'm going to put my normal workspace in. So what we've got then here, we'll reduce the size of that so you'll see more of it. Right. So you've got the graphic there, and then we go to the parts list, and you can see where the table is, and it's created the structure, and we're all relatively happy about that. So this document now exists, and what we're going to do is to insert this into another document, a full CMM that we've created earlier. So what we're going to do now is to go and locate the other document. What we have in this window right now is we have the SGML file, which was created via the builder right now. And we also have in the left-hand window here a version 12 CMM book. what you do is, if you see what we've got highlighted here, you copy that information from the document which you've just created, and you paste it into the file. Move it across a bit. That's not what we want there. You paste it into the detailed parts information. So that's what you do, and you then save this document, the one that you from the IPL, by the normal method from FrameMaker document, because that's what it is. It's part of the page blocks. So you can close now this main document here that we had open. So what we do now is to build the various items that you've got. You need to create, and we'll move it across a bit so you can see what I'm doing here. You see we've got CMM, equipment numerical index, and optional parts data. So what we're going to do is to create those files now. Our application creates those automatically. So if we just click on there, it can't generate it because there's insufficient data in the parts list to do that. So let's go down to the numerical index, and it creates that for us completely automatically. So what we have in this window here now is a complete numerical index. The question is now, can we generate the third index, optional parts list? I suspect that we can't. No, because there's insufficient data. However, what we do have in here now is numerical data in the right place and the parts list, and what we do now, of course, is to save that again. So we have now created a complete CMM. We've taken the parts list from the building application and put it into the associated CMM. When you have any missing information, a field or something like that, you'll be presented with the screen like the one you can see here. It is the ability for you to enter an item of data into that text field. The item of data that you're looking for is explained in the text window immediately above it. This is done during the build process, so that you may well get a series of these windows coming up asking for the information. If you don't have the information, you can, of course, press on the cancel button, and it then moves on to the next part. If the item that's missing is an object that needs to be inserted, for example a graphic, then you'll get a copy of Windows Explorer displayed for you to select the graphic. You can see we've got one here called fullsize.cgm, and we can pick that because it's obviously a graphic and that's what's being asked for. Once it's been selected, then the building process can continue and you'll generate a complete document. That's the end of this video and also this series of videos. We hope you found them useful. If you want any further information about this, please don't hesitate to get in touch with Mecon, and we'll get somebody to get in touch with you and help you in your answer your problems or answer a query that you might have to help you carry on the work.